Hey Life Group leaders, Tim Osmus here. This is your Life Group update for 5/26/2019. Let's get right into it. The numbers last week, it was a holiday weekend, and so we were naturally down just a little bit. We were at 213, 200 at Dalton, and 13 at Fort Oglethorpe. Please remind your folks, if they're in town, to try to be in Life Group and make sure that that you reach out to those who are prospects and those who have not been in class for a while. Hospital meal ministry for this coming week is Women of Faith, and thank them in advance for their help with that. I'll also mention that Women of Faith and Joy Ladies class are combined once again this week. They were combined last weekend, and they will be combined again this week, June the 2nd. Big news for this week is that this week is Social Sunday, June the 2nd. So invite those folks, those prospects, those people who have not been coming to class, and folks that you would like to see come to class. Maybe they're not on any list, but you just run into them somewhere and want to invite them to class. It's a great day to do that. Go ahead and do your lesson. I'm sure it will be abbreviated. We enter our first lesson this week on strong women in the Bible. This is a lesson on Rahab and how she turned her faith into action, and I know you'll enjoy that lesson this week. Had a good start to our mobile giving last week. I signed up for that and went through the process. The minimum amount that you can give is $10, so I used that $10 to figure out how to sign the thing up. It's very easy to do, and it just adds another tool in how we can give. You can still give in all the rest of the ways. There's some cards on the welcome desk that give you instructions on how to do that, and you can ask me or ask Melissa. Several folks are already doing that, and so you can do that. VBS registration is ongoing right now, and we'd like to ask everybody that's going to be involved. Now that's the pupils and all of the workers to go ahead, and I'll drop a link down here in both the Facebook and the YouTube descriptions where you can go straight to that. And I went in and did that a couple of days ago, and you choose what you want to work in, whether it be security, teaching, food. It's a good way to do that. So please go ahead and sign up for that VBS registration. It is the dates are not on here, but anyway, whatever the dates are, it's going to be from 6:30 to 8:30. It's going to be a little bit of a change in the schedule, and also when I figure out what that date is, I'll drop it down in the description as well to where you'll have that. Hope for the Hungry is June the 2nd. Remember that as well. And then the last thing I'm going to mention is that altar counselors. I'm doing some upgrading of the altar counselor situation over a period of time. Folks kind of drift out and drift in, and it's time to really get that solid again. So a link I'm going to drop down into the descriptions here is a link where you can go to a little Google registration form. And if you are or you are willing to be an altar counselor, please go ahead and fill that out. I need your name, address, phone number, just all the usual things. And I want to make sure that I've got a good trained group of altar counselors. I'm working on the training, getting it upgraded a little bit. Many of you have already been through my training on altar counseling. And another thing that we're going to be doing, and some of you will hear from me very soon on this, is we're going to try to have a couple of counselors, maybe a couple, maybe a male and a female out in the foyer every Sunday right after church, and I'm going to have the little hang around lanyards, and it will say counselor on it. And that's going to be for people who maybe didn't want to come forward during the service, and maybe they just have a question. A lot of times we have questions from people, all those things we take for granted and know. Maybe they just want to walk up and ask somebody. Maybe they want to walk up and say, how do I become a member of the church? What happens on Wednesday night? And you may even have some situations where somebody didn't come to the altar, but they walk up to you after that service, you as a counselor, and say, hey, I want to ask Christ to come into my life. That's the ultimate thing that we want to do. And so you'll have a link there for that, to be able to sign up for that. If you're already an altar counselor, please go ahead and do that. I want to get as many names as I can on that list, and I'm going to be doing some training. I'll either do it in a classroom setting or probably more likely a video setting. That just seems to be a little bit easier to get to folks. I believe that's all I've got today. I want to thank you for everything you do and all of the things that we're doing at Liberty. A lot of great things going on. God's really blessing. Had a lot of people who have joined the church. We're doing a lot of baptisms, and so it's going to be a busy summer, and I know I'm looking forward to it, and I'll see you over the weekend. Thank you.